Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about how to deal with crowds at Disney. Now, the crowds can be crazy, but I have some really helpful tips and some of my favorite low-key spots I'm going to be sharing with you today. So let's get started. Today I'm going to be talking about two parks because I've only been to two, but I am going back in a few months and I'll be talking about the other two parks. So this first part is going to be about Magic Kingdom and Epcot, so let's get started. I think this area is so gorgeous and low-key. I'm going to be showing you guys pictures on the map so you can see. It's the umbrella area at Crystal Arts. Now this area lights up so gorgeous at night, so I definitely recommend checking out this area, especially after the fireworks. But even during the day, this area remains relatively low-key and it's just a really cute, pretty scenery. And the crowds just kind of stick to the main street, the main like strip, so this area is just really nice. Do you want to do a ride but also avoid those crazy lines and crowds? Then I recommend the People Mover. It is just a nice little refreshing ride that takes you around Magic Kingdom. You're inside, you're outdoors. It's just really gorgeous. It's great for people of all ages. My toddler loved it. I myself, I loved it. It's really nice, and it also just gets you kind of up high, just away from everyone. There is people that are going to be in the rows in front of you and behind you, but you honestly don't really even notice them. It's just a breath of fresh air. Now in the evening, if you want to get something a little sweet but also avoid the really crazy places, then I recommend going to the Main Street confection area. It is so beautiful in there. Like, it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It gives you that really cute reminiscent vibe of just childhood, but like a big glorious candy shop, and it remains relatively non-busy like at all, and it remains pretty low-key. There's definitely not gonna be a lot of crowds. You definitely have room to walk and look, and it's just really nice. So I recommend doing that in the evening because that's usually when the crowds are not that bad. Have you walked through the castle but could barely see those gorgeous murals because it's full of people and just all rushing? Then you're going to want to check out in the afternoon. That is when it tends to be full of not too many people, and you could really just enjoy the scenery and just take it all in. And it's just really nice to kind of also get out of the sun a bit. So I recommend checking out the castle at that time. Now, some things that you won't be able to avoid is that Magic Kingdom does not have much seating at all unless you're doing indoor dining. So that might be something you want to opt for, because it could suck if you have to go get your food and then you have to find somewhere to sit. Now there are a lot of like ledges around Magic Kingdom. That's what most people tend to sit at from what I've seen. So just keep that in mind. I did notice that around a lot of the bathrooms, there's like some places you could sit at and it does not get that crowded there. And it's relatively a big area, so you don't feel like you're right in front of a bathroom. You still feel like you're in a really pretty relaxing place. So that is one of my final tips for Magic Kingdom. But overall, it is the craziest park that I've been to so far, way crazier than Epcot, so do keep that in mind. I have heard that some people like to go when it's raining because that helps with less crowds, and I think that is good advice. From what I've seen, it does work. However, I do prefer the sunshine. But you just have to really take it as what it is. It is a park, but once you're on those rides, you really do not feel like you're around too many people. I definitely recommend getting the fast passes because that also helps not being so crowded, and you could get on those rides relatively quick with them and do like a dozen a day if you really wanted to. We did around 8 rides per park with the passes, so keep that in mind. We did a lot of other stuff like eat, look around, shop, but you really can get on the rides a lot faster with the Genie Plus or the DAS, which is a pass for people with disabilities. So now we're going to be talking about Epcot and some of the best places to go and just my overall thoughts on how busy it gets. First advice is go in the morning, but don't go right at opening. Go around 10 o'clock. I feel this was like the perfect time to go because we didn't have to deal with like the rush of people trying to get in when it was park was opening, but we also didn't have major crowds yet because a lot of people were sleeping in. So what we noticed is there was a lot of characters that were out, and there was a lot of like area to walk. So if you want to do like any food booths and stuff, I recommend going then because it just wasn't too bad. We did do some rides, which I don't really recommend because it did get super busy after we spent about an hour or so doing those rides. So if you want to go around 10 o'clock, I feel like that's a real nice sweet spot to go to Epcot. Other advice is wait to go to the World Celebration area more midday because that tends to be when it has the lowest amount of people around there, so it's very chill, especially because it could get really crazy everywhere else. So that's my favorite time to go to that section. Now, do you need to just be able to sit down, cool off, go to like one of those cooling booths that blows like the cool mist at you, then go to the Mission Space area. That is such a low-key area and it's really nice. Best places to eat that is such a low-key vibe is the Connections Eatery. It's kind of like a cafe style. It has like a Starbucks on one side and just kind of like a food cafe in the other one. So I recommend going over there. You get stuff like pizza, fries, drinks. Just absolutely love it. There's not a lot of people and it stays relatively like that most of the day. So I recommend checking that area out even if you just need to sit down and you don't even want to get anything to eat. Now, do you want to see the fireworks but you don't want to deal with the insane crowds? I recommend going to World Showcase around 30 minutes before the fireworks starts and just getting a place to stand by the water. You'll get a beautiful view and you won't be stuck around a crazy amount of people like Magic Kingdom. So that is kind of my advice there. You don't have to get there too early, but just don't get there too late. My last recommendation is get a resort with the Skyliner because that's just super convenient. You get on it relatively quickly compared to waiting for a bus at the end of the night, and you get your own kind of like pod. Sometimes you do have to share depending on how big your family is, but it's usually not with too many people, and most people are very friendly and it's not a really long ride to get there compared to the bus where you have people standing over you and it's just absolutely horrific and crowded and definitely not the way you want to end a night. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure you like it, thumbs up, and subscribe so that way you can see more content like this. And check out my other Disney videos I already have posted. Bye!